See the problem with this industry? They keep hiring these f***ing princesses.
I don't want to sound entitled. I applied for IBD and I really don't want to work on the trading floor.
Let's talk about finance lessons from the second episode of Industry based on my work experience at Goldman Sachs and at the top hedge funds in the world. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around, because at the end of this video, I will grade the episode for Wall Street realism with a buy, hold, or sell rating. Now, in this episode, we will discuss these people here that work at this investment bank called Pierpoint.
It'd be good to get off the desk sometime, have a debrief, coffee, beer, whatever. Talk about your progress, how to position yourself before a riff. Maybe Friday?
In the day would be good, because I have plans with my boyfriend in the evening.
She did the right thing. There's an insane amount of inter-office dating in this show, and the probability of getting fired goes up big time if you date people at work. It's really not worth it unless it's your soulmate.
You convince them you're a friend, and they'll forget what they are, which is a counterparty. Start of every call, flip it, and don't talk business until it runs out.
Accurate. Now, when it comes to clients in finance or in any business, relationships are often much more important than product knowledge. You always want to bond before business.
I've been thinking about asking to transfer to sales and trading.
Salespeople are the lowest of the low. You are different because you think for yourself.
Accurate, in that these guys here think that they're above people that work on the trading floor because one here is an investment banker and the other is a research analyst. Now, they both create the product. One makes investment research and the other makes IPOs. Now, the people in sales and trading just sell the product that the investment bankers or the research analysts make. And people love starting careers in investment banking because you make the product. And if you hate making the product, it's cool because you can move on to sell the product or trade the product more easily because you know how to make it.
Hunger Fix pushed Goldman up to primary bookrunner. They don't want us anywhere near the top of the tombstone. Bad PR.
Sorry, what do you mean tombstone?
So these investment bankers are potentially talking about an IPO. Now, a bookrunner means who is leading the IPO, which is Goldman Sachs in this case. Now, on larger IPOs, many investment banks are part of the syndicate, so that the investment bank's trading floor and trading floors can sell, meaning distribute the shares to the top investors all over the world. Now, a tombstone looks like this. It's like a reward that you get for your desk after an IPO. Now, in my hand is a tombstone I got when I was a grunt at Goldman Sachs in 1998 when we did the IPO for NTT Docomo, which was the largest IPO in history back then. Now, in this tombstone right here, is an IPO prospectus, meaning an S1. And when you look at an S1, as you can see here on the screen, on the bottom of the S1 is the investment banking syndicate. And the bookrunner, meaning who leads the IPO, is often listed top left right here. Now, the reason that Pierpoint is not on the syndicate that they're referring to is because one of the investment bankers died on the job from working too hard, which I described in my review video for episode 1. See the link in the description. Now, separately, here we see two trading floor new employees using drugs. And this was much more common in the 1980s. And this is not realistic though, because these new employees would get drug tested not only before they start to work there, but also likely after their 6-month internship is completed if they want to return full-time.
Are there going to be cuts?
There's going to be a restructuring. It's just a reshuffle. Your team's being subsumed into the other sector teams.
Now, finance companies tend to overhire and then they overfire. They tend to cut into muscle and not just fat. So how do you materially decrease the chances of you getting fired? Well, what you're going to do is this. Okay, every 3 months or so, when your boss congratulates you on a job well done, what you're going to do is you're going to ask them for a meeting. And in the meeting, you're going to bring a notebook and a pen. And you're going to start off, if true, by saying, I really love it here. Everybody at the firm is great. We've accomplished a lot as a team. That being said, it's very expensive to raise a family in this location. And I really want to provide the best standard of living I can for my kids. And so I wanted to ask you, please, to let me know what exact additional value I need to add to our team in order to be considered for a raise or a promotion. Then you're going to write everything down. Let's pretend it's 5 things. Okay, you write it all down and thank them profusely for their time. Then 3 months down the road or whatever, when they congratulate you again on a job well done, you rinse, lather, repeat, do the same thing. You say, do you have time for a meeting? And during that meeting, you start off the same way. If true, I love our team, we've accomplished a lot, yada, yada. When we met several months ago, you gave me some great advice on how I can add more value to our team. And I mentioned to you that it's very expensive to raise a family here, and I really want to provide the best standard of living I can for my family. I'm very humbled to say I've fulfilled all 5 sets of the criteria you gave me, and as a result, I'd like to please ask you for a promotion or a raise. Now, the reality is that if you're working with people and you notice other people getting raises or promotions faster than you, it's because they do that behind closed doors. Remember, closed mouths don't get fed. Ask and you'll receive. It's prophetic. It's true since the beginning of time. The only way you're going to make vice president or get promoted is if you ask over and over again.
We have a duty of care to remove you from whatever may have been traumatic.
Okay, but how are you going to stop people thinking working 3 nights in a row is some kind of, well, a badge of honor?
Now, recall that in the previous episode, meaning episode 1, that an investment banker died on the job. Now, if you work in investment banking, you will be doing a lot of all-nighters. It's brutal. Now, for selfish and legal reasons, Sarah, the president here, wants to move this investment banker, Gus here, to another job, but this time in sales and trading, which means only 10 hours of work per weekday. And it's really a downgrade career-wise for him, as he's going to be much less marketable to higher-paying jobs like private equity or hedge funds. Now, per this org chart here, the president wants to move him from investment banking to the sales job in credit product sales, where he's going to do the same job as Harper, meaning he's going to talk to buy side, meaning hedge fund clients like this woman here, about making money using interest rates, bonds, and derivatives. Now, here's his response about leaving the IBD, meaning the investment banking department.
I don't want to sound entitled. I applied for IBD, and I really don't want to work on the trading floor.
Hey, I appreciate what you've been through, but I would think twice about speaking to me like this again because I do not respond well to it.
So he views this as a massive demotion, similar to getting a bank teller job. It's true. Now, his next move would likely be to start interviewing to work at another investment bank. Now, if he stays in investment banking, his chances of getting into a top MBA program or making millions within a decade go up big time.
So what are we gossiping about? I am just drinking you two under the table.
Nobody gives a about what I think about you. See, the problem with this industry, they keep hiring these princesses.
Now, this is brutal. And if human resources heard about this conversation, he'd be fired immediately. And I want you to stay away from gossip at work. You know, politics can be brutal. Separately, if somebody asks you a question, and if you respond with yes or no, or I agree or I disagree, and this can be used against you, here is what I want you to say. I want you to say just 2 words. What you're going to say is, I understand. Because you aren't saying you agree or disagree. You're just saying I understand, which might also work in relationships. Lastly, avoid alcohol at work. Let's talk about grading of this episode for Wall Street Realism with a buy, hold, or sell rating. Now, the episode accurately showed the arrogance of investment bankers and how they feel above every other employee when Gus was asked to switch from investment banking to work in sales and trading. And the episode showed how political and dangerous it can be to drink at work, as your true character can be revealed when you drink. Although I don't understand how this dude Kenny here still has a job after insulting Yasmin. And lastly, the episode did a great job of explaining the importance of being a book runner and tombstones in investment banking. And as a result, I can give this episode a buy rating. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in my next reaction video to episode 3 of season 1. Thank you.